I say I'm a snake, you know?
No. Don't compare
I don't go.
My daughter is not a snake.
You don't come in the bed, okay?
Seriously.
Yeah, I'm very serious. You go, Jordan.
90-day fiancé, 90 days.
Hello, I'm Wilko. Welcome to Rehashed. Let's get into another episode of 90-day fiancé. It is season 11. We've got to start this episode with more Mark and Mina, and we find out that Mark, in the last episode, had splurged on a first-class ticket for the flight from Paris to the USA for Mina, which I shouldn't be shocked.
Tu sais, papa, il m'a mis en première classe.
Methinks she likes the finer things in life. Also, question, I know Mark, baby daddy, is a pilot, but is he also, loaded? Does he have a lot of cash? Does he need a new sugar baby? Oh, no, he certainly doesn't need another baby. There is some chat about Mina wanting to change the date of the wedding, and she's actually really upset because her son Clayton is not able to be there with her, but there's only 89 days left, baby girl, so you got to get hitched to this high flyer or you're back to doing your high kicks at the Moulin Rouge. I don't know. I don't know where they met. Actually, if you know where they met, please chuck it in the comments below. Maybe I've missed that part. Over with Minnie and Matt, our fave new poly 90-dayers. They are currently leaving their offspring because they have to head to Mexico. I know it's a little bit confusing because they're already married in the whole point of the K1 visa, but don't worry, they're not going to be married very soon because they're going to collect their third from Mexico. This does seem like more of a test run to see her in real life before they make this life-changing decision. And there's not many smart decisions in this show, but I think that's actually one of them. You need to actually just go and trial this a little bit more than just some hot role play over FaceTime. I do get worried though because Minnie is already starting to question the whole throuple thing and her jealousy levels.
I've always been the jealous, possessive person in the relationship. I would like to be kept in the known. If you had any conversations with her that, maybe I wasn't part of, or you start feeling something. I want to make sure that they're growing their relationship, but there's a possibility where potentially Matt can develop stronger and stronger feelings for her. What if another woman could be a better partner to Matt than me?
Okay, I think these questions are expected in the situation that you're in, but you'd have to really know deep in your bones at this point that this is what you really want to do. And if you're getting full jelly bay, I don't know if this whole situation with the third, or as you call her, your better half, is actually going to work out. Any thoughts on this, Charlie? Nah, not keen? Okay. Let's check in again with 35-year-old Greg, who is just waiting for his fiancée, Joan, and they are still in the kitchen cooking. Not Joan, she's not there yet. Him and his mum. This family spend all of their time in this particular room. There's cooked food everywhere. Greg's mum is still banging on about the whole separate rooms thing, which I think is ridiculous, but it is her house, so whatever she says goes. But mama, like I said last time, separate rooms or not, they're going to find places to bang. Mum's also hoping that she's going to be included in their couple adventures. She says that she doesn't want a third wheel, but
I hope they still want to have me around in their life. I ain't going to be like a third wheel to them. And
that's exactly what it would be, Mum. That's exactly what you would be doing. You would be the third wheel. At the airport, though, I think Greg might be peaking here with being the best version of a boyfriend he could possibly be because he brings carbs with her name on them instead of a sign. And you know what? That's a really great way to start a relationship, if you ask me.
My name is John, and I'm from Kampala, Uganda. I'm excited to be here. Oh, he's looking great. He has lost weight. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, he might have lost some weight, Joan, but whatever he's lost, you're going to gain with the amount of food that he has brought for you. For a second, Gregory also brings up his mum's womb, which is...
Feels like I'm waking up for the first time ever, being born out of my mother's womb,
Not what you want to hear when you've just sort of seen your fiancé for the first time in a long time. He's also brought her some other treats, so that's a nice distraction. He is actually really pumped, guys, to show her his bread making skills.
Oh man, I can't wait to show you how to make bread. Sourdough. Probably not tonight, right?
Yeah. Unless bread making is a euphemism, which it possibly could be, I fear that it's not with Gregory. I feel like he really just wants to get home and show you how to make that sourdough. Over with Maddie and Stevie, he got the memo quick. He is already a full-blown American.
You can't get sick. I've heard it's too expensive to go see a doctor.
Oh, we laugh, but actually it's really sad. Yeah, don't get sick there. The state of healthcare is actually deplorable. I know there's a lot of complaining here in Australia about the state of the health system, but really I feel so sorry for the US Sweet Baby Angels who, like, the cost of things there is insane. And also the lack of services. Anyway, let's not get into that. It also seems like Maddie and Stevie were doing some bread making of their own.
I think this one was way better because I wasn't stressed. I was like relaxed and like more professional.
Professional?
Yeah.
Oh, when I think of two people unwed in bed together in a hotel in New Orleans, I do think professionalism. That's where my brain goes. I don't know, when he says professionalism, I feel like, is she paying him by the hour? Anyway, Maddie is still having some doubts, which makes sense because he's completely uprooted his entire life.
You don't go into something if you're like, have doubts that you might possibly not want it later.
Right now, you were more important than my parents, okay? I chose you.
Right now? Yeah, you got to really look into the wording here. Check the T's and C's. Right now, you are more important to me than insert people here. But that is for right now. Also, you can't blame Maddie for being homesick, Stevie. When I first moved away from home, I cried myself to sleep every night for the first week, but I'm very dramatic, so we can't really use my experience as sort of like a gauge for normal behavior. I also get Stevie's anguish because she will always be worried if he's going to try and bail. But honey, that's like any relationship. This one, it's just like a lot more difficult for him to go home. Let's check in with the very familiar Shekinah and Sapa. His cousin, who we saw in the last episode with the parents, is really digging deep on how Shekinah is feeling about like stealing their guy away from them.
We have our own dog.
Sure.
That's it.
Of course you do.
I get it.
For us, it's really, we don't feel okay for him to be there alone. You fight when you are here. You left the house a couple times.
It's the thing I'm worried about the most is us having a bad fight. I'm like, get out of my place.
Where he is going to go?
You can't kick him out. He has nowhere else to go. Okay, so they have some sort of track record of having blow-ups and someone leaving, but the family are right in thinking, like, where is he gonna go when they're in the States? She kind of seems to think that her friends will open their doors so he can sleep on the couch, which they might well do, but don't kick him out. That's actually a really messed up thing to do. Maybe just like work through your communication style so it doesn't get to that level. Also, Sapa is a huge control freak, so it's insane that you're putting him in a position with zero control and then thinking, what if I kick him out? Well, he moved there for you. We're flying back into New Hampshire and it has become clear that Mark has not done some things, which we knew, but didn't even get a high chair or some diapers for his baby.
You don't have your chair. Bon appetit. Oh my God.
Baby, what's the smoke?
I cook breakfast.
You burned something?
You don't have the chair for Maria. You don't buy it.
I almost did. I was gonna, but then I got busy and you gotta expect a few things to slip through the cracks, baby. I messed up. I should have made a checklist.
Look at that face.
I know.
I know. Oh God, if looks could kill. I do have a question about the cooking. Did she have like an electric grill, but on a gas stove? Can anyone explain to me exactly what was happening here? Was she trying to cook a cooker? Mark, there's a few things slipping through the cracks, and then there's like things that you definitely need to know that you need to have, like diapers.
The one time I saw a bear was right here.
What was his name? I also love that we like to blur the brand of the car that they're in. Yeah, we can definitely tell that says Nissan. Oh, no, maybe actually looking closer, maybe it's a Toyota. I'm pretty sure it's actually a Porsche, so I think that kind of confirms for me that Mark's got some cash. Also, he does something that my mum would never have done. His daughter is like crying and just sort of grabbing things that she wants off the shelf, and then he just like quickly pays for it and then hands it back to her. Are you kidding? My mum would have never done that. She would have looked at me and then I would have put it back very quick smart, because otherwise things would have not gone well for me. I tell you what, mums in the 90s, peak. They were really nailing it.
Masha said. I like this name. Masha said.
Where you see my shit?
Masha said. It's here, the city. Masha said.
Oh, Massachusetts.
Yes.
This is a state. Did you say that again?
No.
Massachusetts.
I like this. It's sexy.
Or it's sexy the way that you said it? Or Massachusetts? I don't know if that's a sexy word, but I get it. It's actually a tough word to say. The big problem with Mina and Mark, well, it's definitely Jordan and she's coming for you, but it's that Mina does not want to live regional. She wants to live that city life. They both are at very different stages in their life, and I don't think it's actually ever gonna like come together. I'm just going to leave that one there. Greg is filling Joan in on the whole separate room situation, and Joan is confused as to why he's talking to his mum about the whole sex life.
You talked to your parents about intimacy?
It's not that I got into like raw details. I told her, I was like, listen, I hear you, I understand. And she had asked if it was possible. Oh my God.
It was possible to what?
Maybe you want to sleep in like a separate room.
I'm not sleeping in a separate room.
No, I don't want you to. Maybe we can compromise on something with leaving the door open.
He doesn't want to disrespect his mum, but think about the situation that you're putting this woman in who has moved there for you. Also, you probably should have told her ahead of time that this was a chat, but I think you didn't because you were worried that maybe she wasn't going to come.
I'm sad. I feel like crying just because of thinking of that situation.
Don't cry. It's all right.
I didn't expect that.
I understand that she is going to be moving into your mum's place, which she would understand that it's not all her space, but she still needs her own private area. And she obviously wants to build that with her fiance. Greg needs to get his shit together. Like, Greg is actually giving me the shits. Greg needs to grow up really fast for me, and especially for Joan. Back in New Orleans, Maddie is really getting blown. His mind blown. Sorry.
I love this.
Should I hold your bag?
Ooh, beignets.
No, I'm fine.
Try.
It's amazing.
Is this
It's amazing.
I told you it's good.
When I had the first bite, I was like, boom. I've never had anything close to it. I really hope that all American snack and food do not taste and feel like beignet, because if that's the case, I think I'm gonna gain so much weight.
Yeah. No more first traps for you.
It's not real.
I swear it is.
It's so scary.
Maddie is walking around as if this world is completely new to him, and that's incredible because it's nothing like where he grew up. Also talking about, well, if all the food tastes like this, well, how do you think all of us get so fat? Okay, Maddie, this is how we're here, all right? If food didn't taste so good, we wouldn't eat it. Also, these days, the food, especially in the Western world, is made to be addictive. So say goodbye to all of those thirst traps.
Because if you do that in Iran, they can arrest you. Did you know that?
For dancing?
For dancing, for like singing. Did you know that? You can't do that in Iran too?
What?
You can't have your dog
on a leash?
even on a leash.
Oh, that makes me feel so bad. What? You can't sing? You can't dance? Don't get me wrong, some people shouldn't sing. I include myself in that list. But also, you can't even take your dog for a walk? What is this world? After Sapa has done his last hangout with the family with Shekinah, she has chosen war. Yeah, he just said goodbye to his parents and he's very upset. And obviously he is a very dramatic person, but Shekinah has chosen war.
How are you feeling, babe?
Confused. Yeah, it made me a little confused.
Honestly, I think it's a little overly dramatic. You're a grown man, and it kind of seems like you're attached to the hip with your parents. And like you have never been away from them before. You have me now.
I don't know, Dal. Maybe have some sort of, what's that word? Empathy. I know that he is a grown man, but he's planning to move his entire life overseas. He knows that he will see them again, but this would be a pretty full-on time, given that, yes, Sapa is very dramatic. And I think that's what you love about him. Come on, you must love it.
Home sweet home.
It's not that sweet.
What is the problem of yours
chill
with this
out.
house? You hate this house, right? Do you want to pour the gasoline and burn this house when we are leaving?
You're so dramatic.
Takes one to know one. He is making most of the sacrifices to come be with you. So at the moment, maybe just give him a little bit. Just give him a little bit. All right, so you know how we've been talking about this throuple? We only saw her for a hot second where she was in the role play being the patient with the hot nurse and the hot doctor, but we really need to get to know the other third.
My name is Annie.
Annie.
I have 37 years old. Matt is my boyfriend and Amani is my girlfriend. I'm working in the strip club in Tijuana. Estoy en una relación con una niña. Ajá, es guapísima, pero con un niño también. ¡Oh, Yanni! Es como swingers, pero creo que ya va más para allá la situación.
Oh, it's gone beyond just swinging. We're not just in a pineapple club. We're going to make this official. Annie is doing 12-hour shifts at the clubs to make ends meet. And that is some hard work, pun absolutely intended. She's got 3 kids, and Annie has had a hard life. She was a teen mom, and then she was ditched by the baby daddy, and has clearly worked very hard for a better life. And you know me, I'm all for people to do whatever they want in their lives and their relationships, as long as it's not hurting anybody. But this situation feels a little bit, I don't know, weird, because the power balance is off. It's like 2 against 1. Is Annie always going to be scared and not fully be herself, because they're always going to pick each other and just throw her to the side if they're done with her? Okay, let's shift our focus back onto Greg and Joan. Firstly, and I thought this might be the case, Joan goes on to say that if Greg was honest about the whole separate rooms conversation, then she would just never have come. But I guess, Joan, you're here now. And Mum's real happy about it. Speaking of, the meet with Mum is like really awkward. And Mum is banging on about how she wants to have like a sit-down chat ASAP to lay down the law, but she just got here. Like, chill, honey. Greg, as we know, hasn't grown up all that much, and he's even admitted to that, but come on. This?
Oh, it could be cleaner.
Why do you have a 2017 calendar?
Mom put it up there. I just never really took it down. I kind of just like the dogs, you know? They're adorable.
Okay.
This is obviously the bed.
Not organized.
I did clean a good portion of it, but my mom came in and just...
Hope to.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, your mummy is still helping you clean your room. Shut up. Also, did you really clean with your mum? None of this even looks slightly organized to me. What is it with these men on these shows? Like, you put in such little effort. Just look around and think, how will my partner fit into my life? And what do they need to make them feel comfortable? Like, just think outside yourself. Yes, I know you made her some bread and a wrap, and that's great. Also, I love that Joan is not really a dog girly.
So we were up there just hanging out, and all of a sudden Daisy just jumped right on the bed, and she was just like, what? Like, she doesn't want the dog on the bed, you know?
Oh, no, you're going to have to push back a little on that.
Oh, no. You're going to have to push back on this one. Like, Greg, all these other things, like the separate rooms, whatever, but you're really going to have to push back on this one. The dog can be wherever the dog wants. I repeat, Mum isn't sold on any of this situation, and I think she might need to cut the cord a little bit with Greg, because he needs to grow up. Greg does tell her that they're not going to be in separate rooms, and she seems not okay with it, but it's happening, and they're just going to, like, leave the door open at some times. Okay. Back in Turkey, as they're packing their bags, Sarpa is just given just a little twist, little twist before they leave for the US.
Really important. I do worry that my daughter, Sophie has never met Sarper before. It's important to me that she likes him. Daughter already has a bad impression of you from my family. If she doesn't like you, I can't marry someone she doesn't like.
Are you kidding with me, babe?
No, I'm
Is
serious.
that a threat? This is what I am. I'm an asshole sometimes, but I'm cute.
I'm an asshole sometimes, but I'm cute. And you got to take both the asshole and the cuteness. Also, asshole or cute. The daughter is a teenager, and I'm not sure that teenagers are into anything that their parents are doing, especially like a new partner that they've brought on the scene. So it's going to be tough to win her over in the first place. I think it is very bold that your daughter hasn't met him at all. Like, have they chatted on FaceTime? Maybe some people who know a little bit more of their past can chuck it in the comments. That seems like a huge risk, and also a bit of a dick move for you to go, just BT dubs. If she doesn't like you, we're just never going to get married. So, whoa, okay. It is a lot for me to see Mark and Mina just sort of get down and dirty in the spa. But anyway, he's really trying to hard sell New Hampshire, and Mina is not buying it whatsoever. You can see it all over her face. You know how people have poker faces? Mina's never heard of it. Mark, now that she's relaxing in the spa and got a bit of bubbly in her, tries to break some issues that Jordan has raised. And I don't think there's enough champagne in the world.
You know, I want you to see Jordan and talk with her. And you're her stepmother, you know?
Oh, just say friend.
I know, because she's 27.
No,
yeah, they're very close in age.
Family with Jordan and me is a competition for your hair.
It's different. There's room for both of you. She has concerns. You know, there's a big age gap.
She and me is enemies.
Give her a chance to know you and love you.
I give a chance for your family every time.
Every time was one time.
Yeah,
her concern is just about, does dad really need to have more kids? Obviously, we have a baby together.
It affects her money.
Baby, I'm sorry.
cry.
Yeah, of course Jordan is worried about that because it's going to affect the inheritance. Yeah, and she don't want to split that any more than what she already has to do, okay? And based off the 3.5 minutes of airtime I've seen of Jordan, I'm not so sure that it's all Mina, okay? I love that she's asking straight out. So are Jordan and I going to be enemies? Is that what's going to be here? And also, Jordan would be butthurt that she's not the most important girl in your life anymore, Mark. So I also believe that.
This I don't understand why she judged me a boy. For me, Jordan is a hypocrite. And Paris, she dancing with me. I have a photo with Jordan. She smile and they talk to the father. He don't like this. Why he don't talk to me direct?
Oh, shit. Okay, well, now you've awoken Mina, and I'm scared for you, Jordan. Is hypocrite the right word? I'm not entirely sure, but definitely two-faced. If they were hanging out and having a great time, and then it would be a bit of a blindside to hear all of this now. Again, I don't think Mark has fully thought through this situation, and maybe Mark also has some blinkers as to like exactly what his daughter's intentions are as well. Like, do you think that Jordan really just wants to break them up?
I same snake, you know?
No. Don't compare
I don't go.
My daughter is not a snake. She's
a daughter is
the same. The depression.
Right now, this is your
the more
impression.
she say, I'm not sure. Same the snake. I'm not sure she love my dad. I know you listen to Jordan.
Of course I do. She's my daughter.
She don't have the authorization to coming in your life and your relationship with me. I'm go to the bed. Okay?
Serious.
You don't come in the bed, okay?
Serious.
Yeah, I'm very serious. You call Jordan.
Oh, this is good trash mess and drama, and all of it's very bad for Mark. Mina's not wrong. If they had a great time and like to her face, Jordan was pretending everything was okay, but then behind her back, like ripping her to shreds, that is snake-like behavior, so she's not incorrect. I just don't know who to believe. Do I believe Mina, who I already have a lot of questions about, or do I believe Jordan's explanation of events? I guess we'll find out in the coming episodes, and you'll get another one tomorrow. Remember, I'm doing 90 Day Fiancé every day until I'm completely caught up, and then we can all get together for lives and we can talk about exactly what we're thinking and feeling, which I want you to do in the comments. I just want you to put snake-like behavior or a snake emoji just in the comments below to let me know that you made it this far and you're enjoying this season.